Hey, my name is Matt Spencer, and you're watching RSG TV. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, tell people about my channel. I'm trying to bring real life flips to you on YouTube or Facebook. Real budgets, real people, real houses, real jobs. And this is a property that we just acquired. And today is day one. It's January, I think 22nd. It's a Wednesday, and today we started demo. We got guys pressure washing. Just had a roofer come give an estimate, just had a flashing guy come by, and we got one other guy in there starting to go ahead and take apart like fans, light fixtures, outlet covers, things like that. A little bit more technical demo, I guess you could say. But anyway, I'm going to show you around the property. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's been a dream of mine for a long time to renovate this property. My parents live next door, so we're borrowing their water today to run the pressure washer. Here we have a septic system that has issues that's getting fixed. We also had a deep well that the owners hit with a car or a lawnmower about 5 years ago and never fixed. So we're spending quite a bit of money on a deep well. These are all things we knew that we found during our inspection period, so no surprises. The house is going to get a full renovation. I mean, most likely top to bottom, roof, ductwork, HVAC systems. I think the siding we're going to be able to work with, it's not my exact probably preferred color. I thought about buying the house for myself. And I was going to change it to like a light brown taupe kind of beige with like maybe black shutters, black darker roof, kind of a Williamsburg palette, as they say. But the siding here is going to look great after they wash it. Do some new trim, new gutters. Taking down probably at least 3 pine trees and cleaning up the yard a lot. There's mounds and mounds of trash all over the place, hidden by leaves. Before we got the property, there was, I believe, 13, from what I'm told, 13 30-yard dumpsters were removed from the property. I believe the previous owners had to spend about $12,000 to get the property cleaned out. So that's awesome that we didn't have to do that. I think that might have been forced on them by the city. But luckily the house actually isn't that bad. I assumed a lot worse when I first went into it. There's a leak in the kitchen that's been there a long time. It's like a fridge drain line. I think it was leaking when I was a kid. So yeah, we're gonna fix a lot of floor joists there, subfloor. All the hardwood's coming out. I'm telling you a lot of stuff now because it's loud up there. I forgot to bring my mic and my nicer camera, so I'm trying to spit it all out to you. The hardwood, so go back 20 years. The man that lived here was dead on everything. The guy rebuilt lawnmowers, like show-worthy lawnmowers. It's got a killer garage. You'll see why I wanted the house. Most awesome El Caminos you've ever seen. Muscle cars, that's why he's got the garages. Air 220, he's got a backup generator, or generator ready anyway. This house used to be absolutely spotless. Not a blade of grass was out of place. It got cut twice a week. The guy didn't waste any, the guy didn't hesitate to spend money on his property, which is a great way to be. However, over time things changed. He passed away, and that's when everything changed. But it's just a shame because the house, as a kid, I remember the place was immaculate. The hardwoods are beautiful. If it was me keeping it for myself, I know I would do my best to restore them. I also know a lot about what's going on here, and I think it's just best to get rid of as much as possible as far as animals and stuff go. But the hardwoods are the kind where they actually have the old holes with the pegs, you know, all multi-sized with the little, usually it's like a mahogany or some kind of little inlay they tap in. It's got a wood stove, and a lot of times on flips we remove wood stoves, but it's got a killer hearth. It's got, I've only seen it a few times, it's actually got the pass-through for firewood to come from the outside to the inside, so like the entire firewood area is encased in bricks, so the chances of termites and stuff coming in direct contact with the wood is low. So we're gonna, anyway, and you also think about your market, who you're selling to. So we're out in West Suffolk, a little bit of everybody out here, but there's definitely some more country type people. People like to, you know, shoot 22s in their backyard and ride dirt bikes and things like that. So I think the wood stove would appeal to most likely the buyers that are coming to this area. If they hated the wood stove, we could definitely work something out and get it removed. It'd be easier now, but we're gonna roll with it. Not changing the footprint at all. The floor plan's awesome for what it is. The garage, I'll talk more about back there, I guess. But anyway, that's enough now. I'm gonna show you the property. There's a shallow well and there's a deep well. So honestly, if you got a deep well, other than just redundancy and backup, which is always nice to have, the shallow well's got issues and the deep well's got issues. If we're dropping thousands of dollars on a deep well, for the purposes here, I don't see much reason to spend money fixing the shallow well up. But anyway, I'm not going to talk much just because I think between the wind and the pressure washer running, you're not going to hear much. The original garage is right here. It's like a double wide. You could definitely put 2 vehicles in the first slot. Easily put 2 vehicles in the second slot, so it's no problem being a four bay. The garage is pretty deep, so I don't think there'd be any issue if you had like project cars that were smaller. You could get 5 cars, especially on dollies, if you could like push them up against the wall. Property's gonna get a new roof. The roof is still remnants of the man that owned the house and built the house. So that's still actually in good shape because it's been about 15 years since he did it, and he's right about the time he passed away. But with all rehabs, we try to just do everything. So it's going to get a new architectural shingle. We're going to probably play with some computer programs, but thinking about going with like a charcoal shingle and like black shutters with this color siding. I'm not sure about the garage doors yet. As far as the garage goes, usually we just leave a garage. I think a major selling point to this house is the garage. So we're going to do insulated doors, most likely new windows in the garage, which the ones that are there look pretty daggone good, but new insulated windows. We'll probably do the epoxy coating on the floor and really sell it up for the garage lover. Three or four of the closest pine trees are going to get taken down. The property's an acre. It's just a long rectangle. Where that brush line kind of starts, you probably got another 30 to 40 yards of property. Just in the trees is an old railroad bed. When I was a kid, the train actually used to come through here. It's the one that passes through downtown that is now like Prentice Street, like an extension of Pitch Kettle. And it was actually, I got all into it and researched it. It was I think Martin Luther King actually came in on that railroad. Forgive me, I don't know my dates. But it was a passenger railroad and a coal. So we used to ride a lot of dirt bikes and 4-wheelers. And wouldn't be surprised if we end up with black lung one day. Just because we come back with our faces would totally be black from all the coal. The roof really shows its age back here. The front looks really good, but back here you can see, especially with the way the light's on it and the frost, the edges are starting to curl up. That's the first truck I ever bought. My dad's got it, and it's got like 300,000 on it. He changes the oil seasonally or annually. In the back, the pressure washer was noisy. There's 2 oil tanks. The house had oil heat, and there was another massive oil furnace in the garage. If that fires up with little effort, we're gonna leave the oil furnace in the garage just because it'll just tie the whole workspace together and be ideal for somebody that's into garage space. A friend of mine was also telling me, and the guy over there across the street has one, there are devices you can buy for an oil furnace. I guess different orifices, maybe higher pressure, and you can actually burn like used motor oil. So the guy across the street's a mechanic, and he has like a furnace in his big shop that supplements all the oil he changes from oil changes and puts off some nice heat. So that we're not going to do all that here, but it is an option if we leave the furnace for whoever buys the house. The ramp will obviously go away. Just before we got the house, the whole front had been boarded off and sealed, and so the front porch was nothing but storage area. Again, like 13 30-yard dumpsters came out of the house. All right, I'm gonna take you inside. kitchen was over in the far corner. These guys have been rolling about maybe an hour, and they're really they're taking their time and taking it apart the right way. They're not tearing the walls up like I probably would have done. So if it can be unscrewed, they've been unscrewing it. From what I just showed you in the kitchen, that was a drain line on the fridge that had been leaking for many years. Like a $10 hose. Anybody with a wrench could have changed it. And it just goes to show what neglect can do to anything really, but especially a house. And if you think what you just saw was insane, if you're into house flipping and stuff, that, hang on a second. I'm not sure where I left off. But the kitchen, if that looked crazy to you or too far gone or whatever the word is, obviously if you're not in real estate and going foreclosures, it probably did look insane. But I see that almost daily, whether I'm out with normal buyers, flippers, investors, landlords. If you're just going and looking at property that's been a rental, people live like that. In this house, on a scale of 1 to 10, based on that kitchen, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the nastiest, I'd give it a 4 or a 5. The kitchen itself is really rough, so maybe a 5, a 6 on the kitchen. But overall, the house, as far as like, this isn't a foreclosure, but if it was a foreclosure, I'd give it like a 2, with 10 being nasty. So it's nothing. Everything can be fixed. So you tear out the floor, you tear out the subfloor, you sister some joists, replace some joists, take it back as far as you see till you see clean, nice, pretty wood. You know, have a couple of different opinions of licensed contractors. Remove all the sheetrock, change the insulation, done deal. Good as new. Everything's new. There's nothing wrong because everything is new. So that kitchen's nothing to be repaired. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. This is the master. I actually didn't know the house had a master suite. I mean, I guess I figured it might, but I knew where the other 2 bedrooms were in the hall bath, but I'd never been in the master. The layout here isn't half bad, so I think we're gonna do, you know, more modern tile shower here. We're gonna do the dual vanity. You know, obviously change light fixtures and put mirrors up, new toilet, new windows, but I think we're gonna kind of roll with this floor plan. The bathroom, oh, I'm sorry, the bedroom doesn't have necessarily a walk-in closet, but it has, they're walk-in. It's just 2 small walk-ins. One of the only wall changes we might make here is actually maybe ditch the property, not the property, switch the closet that's on the left, like seal that off so that you go in only in one door and you can turn left. You don't really gain any more closet space. In fact, you might lose some usable space just because your closet gets long and skinny. But currently, you can see they had a hard time kind of with furniture placement, and it's not really oversized furniture by any means. You got this big guy here, that there. So you don't have a lot of wall space. You've got 2 doors, a window, double window. Then you got another closet. Sorry, that's the fruits of using my phone. Phone calls constantly come in and drop the video. So anyway, as I was saying, you got door, door, door. So like you don't hardly have any usable space. If we at least to get rid of one of those closet doors, that's a nice wide wall for like your biggest dresser, maybe with your mirror, or you could even put the bed on it if you wanted to. So we might make that change. Doesn't bring us more money, costs money, but functional wise, Sometimes buyers don't even notice that thing in a vacant house, but they'll realize it when they move in. So I think we'll probably make that change. You can see the floors, how awesome they used to be. And, I don't think we checked out the bedroom yet. We'll go to the garage and that'll be it. Working a little bit harder than smarter today. Our dumpster's not going to be here till 1. You hate to touch things twice, but when you got this much help, it's not too bad. And this right here is a dream come true. And the extra tall door too, for like trucks or Land Cruisers. Can't beat it. Like I said, outside we're gonna do all new doors, new openers. Most likely be insulated doors. We don't typically do windows in a garage if there's nothing wrong with the ones that are here, but I think this is gonna be a car guy muscle, what do you call it, a gearhead. It's a dream, so we're gonna try to really do the garage up. The shelving up top's awesome. That's not going anywhere. Pretty much everything else on the walls is gonna come down. Epoxy the floors. If you're wondering what these are, anybody that's had a hamster, I had a chinchilla, had a small animal. When you have crates with the animals, there's like a residue that builds up on the sides from, you know what, and food and shavings that they live in. So I could be wrong, but my guess is these are actual small kennels, cages for animals. And I mean, I know there was at least 50 outside, so it makes perfect sense. Oil furnace I was talking about that we might try to revamp just for the garage. And the new owner could look into changing up the system for used oil. There you have it. We are on Deer Path Road, Suffolk. Project should take like 60 days. We'll see. You never know. 30 is really hauling butt for guys like us, and 90 is probably too long. So somewhere between 60 and 90. But thank you for watching. If you have any questions, ideas, concerns, real estate questions, whatever, put it in the comments. If you would, please like, subscribe. I don't have much on my channel yet, but I hope to change that. And we'll probably try to do a video at least once a week here and upload them. Thanks for watching.